Due to the strict inspection in Belgium in 2024, 388,000 cars got taken off the road because they didn't pass the inspection. 61% of those cars got exported to another country that doesn't have the inspection. Another 40% got either brought to the junkyard or used on private property. Most of those cars are cheap, have a lot of kilometers, and are just not interesting to fix anymore. That's what the people think, at least. To prove the people wrong, I bought this cheap Ford car that failed an inspection. It needs fixing and got sold to me as an export car. In some cases, it is still interesting to fix these cars. Let's see if this is the case. Maybe we can even make some profit off of this car. I'm here today for the tests. Can we turn the 388,000 cars into 387 and 999? Can we fix this car that got sold to me as an export car? Maybe we can even flip this car for a profit. Typically with cars that fail an inspection, on the outside you don't notice it, but underneath there's a bunch of things going wrong, which in a lot of cases is just not safe to drive around anymore, which is the same with my car. Now, so what exactly is wrong with this car? Got the document right here, red, so didn't pass. Let's see what it says. So, gebreken die aanleiding geven tot herkeuring. Stuurinrichting, stuurhuis, gebrek aan dichtheid met vorming van druppels. Oké. Hokdemper is onveilig bevestigd. Torsiebuis, reactie, wieldrager of ophangingsarm is beschadigd of gecorrodeerd vooraan rechts. If you don't speak Dutch, you probably didn't understand anything of what I just said. I do speak Dutch and I also don't understand anything what it just said. Let's pull it into the workshop and we take a look at it. You can kind of tell by my workshop that I'm no professional, but if I will be able to fix this car, honestly anybody will. Flat battery. I just love to learn new things and I love to work with my hands, and because of my interest in cars, I take on these new car projects just to learn something new with every car you get. So we got the car into the workshop. Gonna check the car out from the underneath to see what's going on. Only obvious thing I see now is the thing I said, the stuurhuis, is the steering rack. That's the only thing I know. And if you lay under the car, this is the steering rack. First thing I notice is this is loose, which it shouldn't be. I see all this oil is coming from the steering rack. It's all leaking through here and it's all wet here. I never did this before, so I think I'll just take it out. I think we just go full gas with it. That's exactly what I did, starting with taking the wheels off. With the work on. We're just getting started. We were indeed just getting started out, but after taking the wheels off I could start on taking off the steering rack, which was with this first 18mm bolt, and then we can put on this tool to pop it out of the socket. Here you can see the bolt that bolts the steering rack to the body. 15mm. I don't even know if this is the right bolt. It was indeed the right bolt, so just take this one out, and on the other side there's a second one. It's still stuck. Oh, it's still of course stuck to the steering wheel. Oh my god, that's such a hard to reach bolt. Let's see. It's still connected to the steering wheel. Ah! I dropped my socket. Yeah, there it is. I got it, I think. This was just a 10mm pinch bolt. It was just a little bit hard to reach. Just imagine if you have to put this back. Taking it out is one thing. Pretty much the only thing holding the steering rack on still, the two lines that push the oil through. So after squeezing my wrench in there, I got the oil lines off. or one at least. I can see it's dripping all over the place now. Now it's just the second one and we can take it out. Eventually I got the bolts out so we can attempt to take the steering rack out. Okay, so this simple job is getting a little bit more complicated because this doesn't fit through this little hole, so we have to drop this. This is kind of a not really a subframe because the Ford Ka doesn't have a subframe apparently. So we have to drop this one down a little bit so we can push it through. This wasn't the hardest of jobs, and anyway we had to take the wishbone out because this was also a point on the inspection paper. So anyway, it had to come out. We finally got it out. I'm gonna also be changing out this, I don't know how you call it in English, the draagarm, because these rubbers are completely gone. I don't think it's still safe to drive around with this one. It wasn't that hard to get out, so I'll just take, it's just a final bolt down here. I have to take out, and then of course I'll do the same on the other side. And then that's already one thing. I think it was on the paper from the inspection, but I'm not sure. Anyway, we have to change it out. So this is for the garbage. Now let's do the exact same thing on the other side. So I'm taking the other side, like draagarm off, and I want to show a little trick, taking off like very tight bolts in tight spots. If you want more leverage so you can pull easier, just take a second wrench to put on your wrench, and then just with the eye on here, and if you pull here you have way more leverage, and like this you can pull it easier. That's a little trick that might just help you in your next repair. This is kind of the moment in the whole repair that I start to lose a little bit of confidence just on how I'm gonna get this back in one piece again, and all a-okay to drive back on the road. But we will stick to it, and I think it will be fine. I have a little trick up my sleeve. I still have this beautiful, very beautiful parts car. Now, why is this interesting? This car has the same engine, and I didn't do any research on this, but it is a possibility that this uses the same steering rack as this one. So that's kind of the way I'm taking this whole repair. I took the steering rack out, and then we're gonna somehow get this car in the air in a safe way. The steering rack out of this one and put it in the other one. As you can see, this might be a little bit more challenging. If you don't triple check if the part that you're trying to switch really does fit, then you end up in this situation. Like I just said, the Ford Ka has a different style of subframe, and now when I check on the Ford Fiesta, it does have like a different subframe. And if you can see, the bolt that holds the steering rack is on the bottom, while on the Ford Ka it was on the top. So we gambled and we lost, so this car is junk, can't use it anymore. So I guess we have to go searching for some parts. So the draagarm, and then a stuurhuis. That should be it, I guess, to fix it up, and then some small details. So let's go part hunting. Luckily I found the right steering rack at the junkyard. It just needed a little bit of cleaning up because it was very greasy. At the end of the video it will be a big surprise to see if this car passes the inspection, so I'll take you all along with me to see the whole process, and I'll also share with you how much this car actually costs to fix and if it's maybe interesting to flip cars like this for a profit. Putting the steering rack back was a whole other challenge on itself, so I put it roughly in place here. Then after searching for the correct bolt, I can already loosely fit it up so it's already in the correct position. And then here I had to put back these oil lines, which were a real pain, but we got them in. And then here is the killer bolt that got me in the first half, so the 10mm that mounts the steering rack to the actual steering wheel, and I spent hours on putting this back because it really wasn't lining up. I will be turning the steering wheel, and that's my wheel, of course. Voila. And that's why you always do your research before you do something, but if you're just like me, you're too excited to get started on things. That's how you end up in this situation. But anyway, we fixed it, at least for now. This means we can check off the first warning on the inspection paper, so the steering rack is fixed. Let's go. More parts have arrived. I have a brand new battery because this one is dead, of course. It's very old. I changed my mind on the whole wishbone thing. So new ones were 25 euros each, but instead I bought the bushings, only the bushings, which was like 5 euros for the whole set. So that's kind of a no-brainer. 50 euros for the 2 or 5 euros for everything. Let's hammer time. To save money, I only decided to replace the bushings, but these were giving me a hard time. They were not coming out at all, so I was kind of getting frustrated, and honestly this is the reality of working on cars, and you just have to roll with the punches. Therefore, to boost my confidence, I tried to replace the old battery. This thing is broken. This was also giving me a hard time, and honestly it was just one of those days where nothing goes your way. I tried fitting up the plastic from the Ford Fiesta parts car, but this wasn't fitting up properly. Like I said, if you're working on cars, you have to roll with the punches. So the next day we got back, and this was my day, so we just used the old plastic for the battery. I just put a new battery in, and then we can start the car already, which means we can fill the steering rack with oil. I got this steering rack oil. Basically, you're supposed to fill it up first, so that's what we're gonna do. Now, while the car is off, you turn the steering wheel a few times from lock to lock. Okay, I'm just gonna start it up and do the same thing.
I'll be everything she wants and give you everything you need. Just be there for me.
That's how you fill your power steering. Now that we got the new battery in, I will give this car a service. So new oil filter and new spark plugs. Start up with warming the car up, so the oil is nice and thin and it can flow out better. Whoa. While the oil is coming out, I'll do the spark plugs. I've noticed I like doing maintenance because almost never something goes wrong, so that's what I like about it. So the oil is dripping. Next is again on the underside, oil filter, this one, with this handy tool. Put you right here, and if it's tight you can break it loose just like this. And the rest. Yeah. And just watch out because oil will drip out of here. Just like this. Oh my god. And now you make a mess. Anyway, up. And in with the new oil filter. Put your drain bolt back.
You require, I'll be everything she wants, and give you everything you need. Just be there for me.
Sounding good. Now let's finish this car. Brand spanking new, baby. Earlier this video I was so happy that I got a bargain on the wishbone rubbers, but eventually, like I showed you, we couldn't get them out, so we had to take the loss and just order 2 new wishbones, which was no headache, and we can just simply mount them up. Now we can finally put the wheels back on and see if our repairs actually worked. So of course we take it for a little test spin. Yeah. I was already worried about this because I thought there was something wrong with the drive shaft. But when we got it back to the workshop, I could see the wheel was just so loosely on and I just had to torque it down. Nice. Wow, this feels good. We finally got this car back into one piece with the wheels on and it's riding better than ever, which means we can check off the wishbone of the inspection paper. Now let's get this car cleaned. Final piece of this puzzle to get this car back on the road. The suspension is unsafely secured. I will show you. I guess that's the problem. I just ordered 2 like repair sets. I'm not sure if it will fit, but we will do our best. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take off one shock and then just tear it apart, see where the part goes, put it back, and if that fixes it, I'm happy. If it doesn't fix it, then we got quite a issue. Let's just do that. Then we loosen up this top bolt. And then we loosen these 2 bolts. This one you can just take out. Getting the shock out of the hub took me a solid hour of constant hammering in the boiling hot sun, so this was quite a challenge and I don't even know for sure if this will fix the problem. Oh my god. Yes. Oh. Previous video I was working here in 0 degrees and right now it's killing me to work here. Really, I'm full in the sun You would think I bring some water, but I didn't think about it. Anyway, if you want to help me get a workshop, just subscribe and we can make 10 times more videos if I have a workshop and can work more easily. Anyway, we got it out. I just jump in the only spot of shadow that I have. We got it out, and the part, so it was clear that a wiggle was on the top of the shock, and as you can see this is loose, and then there's a little bearing here, and that's what should be broken to compress the springs a little bit, because as you can see this is the only bolt holding all this in. So luckily I have some spring compressors that I could borrow from the local shop here, so we put those on to compress and that it doesn't fly off into the chickens there. So we'll do that and then we'll take it off. Yes, I did it. Now just replace this top part, so the plastic spring, and then hope that fixed the issue. I didn't record myself putting it back because my phone was dead, but eventually we got it fitted, but the wiggle wasn't gone. But the next day I just risked it. I want to sell this car, so I went to the inspection, but as you can see it's so busy always here. So we had to wait in line for a few hours, not even knowing for sure this car will even pass. After 2 hours it was finally my turn, and I'm gonna be honest, I was kinda nervous. We put so much time, money and effort into this car, but honestly it wasn't really looking good for me. We just got back from the inspection. The car didn't pass. So good job. We spent hours on hours fixing this car. I did learn a lot, but I really wonder, like, this happened already a few times to me. Like, is it just me that things like this happen to? Because it's so stupid. It's the like a little clip I forgot on the steering rack, and then the shock was fixed, like that it wasn't safely attached, but now apparently the shock in the back is leaking and it's also no good, so that has to be changed. And the underside of the car, let's say it like that, so the underside of the car has rust and is rusted through, and honestly we can fix it, but I will not put any more effort into this car, because it's also impossible to earn something still on it, because if it has to be welded, that will at least cost me 200 euros because I can do it myself, and we're already in this car way too deep. So I'll take this as a massive loss, a massive L, a massive lesson as well, because this is also future Jonas. I just want to tell you that the same day I sold the car already to someone for $600, and I can tell you that's about almost half of what I spent on the car. So I don't want to go into detail because I might start crying, but that's what I spent on the car. It's already gone because we have to make place for new projects, so that's also something that I want to add. Made quite a big mistake on this, because right here as well on the paper it says it has 40,000 kilometers, and also when I bought it they said it had 40,000 kilometers, but here in Belgium you have a car pass to check the kilometers exactly, and there it's says it has 140 kilometers. Okay, so because the dash doesn't show the one, it's just 40,000, and like that I just got tricked. Just 100,000 kilometers extra, it's not so much. So so yeah, I was thinking of like not posting this video as well, but I feel like in a year or two we will look back to this video and laugh about it, and we can kind of see how far we came, because I do have a vision. I do have like something I want to build, something I want to do. And right now it seems impossible. Right now it seems so far away, but we cannot get like these stupid things in the way of like going at it. So I'll post this video, please. I already have a few videos like this. Please use this as a lesson for yourself. Let me make the mistakes. I will make the mistakes for you. I will put in the money. I will put in the time. I will put in the effort. Don't be like me. Don't think you can outsmart the system, okay? So don't worry, we leave it behind us. I do have something very, very fun coming up next month. So a video next month, very, very fun things. So that's one positive thing we can take away from this video. So keep a lookout for that. So thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. And then I'll see you all on another video, another car, another build, another whatever. So ciao ciao.